Everybody Hates Black Men. I am your host, Edward Anderson. Let y'all come in here for a little bit. I know Theo and BGS are on, but I go on as BGS calls them reckless streams. I go live when I feel like it. So I'm about to go live right now. I was just listening to the Dumper channel, good channel, and he was talking about something that I'm gonna choose to believe. And I listened to like most of the videos, so I believe he's being sarcastic on this. This is a red flag, but I still wanna cook on this because this women need a reality check, especially in the type of economy that we're coming into. And yeah, we about to cook on this. So I'm gonna give y'all some time to come in here. I know you got the Iran and US/Israel, bullshit going on. I'm not gonna speak too much on that. I will say I did not vote for that. That is not what I voted for. And at the end of the day, I don't know why white people think they can just brute force their way into shit. I don't like when it come down to it. Y'all don't got enough white bodies, and my black ass ain't. I'm telling you right now, my black ass. I'm 38. I wish you would try to draft me into some bullshit. And I know them Z's ain't going either. So y'all not about to pull what Putin pulled, and then y'all just start making the ethnics go. The ethnic groups go. You better tell them Hispanics if they want to get speedy citizenship or some shit like that. But we're not doing that. And I don't know bullshit. I highly doubt they'll put troops on the ground in Iran because you got a whole people. Number one, all that's gonna do is help, the supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei. That's just gonna help him, real talk. And you pull that same shit, you might have to deal with Iraq too. You don't know what's going on. So it's like, motherfuckers that are rich and elite are basically just trying to move pieces around so they can protect their own bullshit. And it's like, the world, it's not even about China at this point. It's too much stuff that you got on you that you got to deal with. And too much bullshit that y'all have done that y'all haven't corrected. It's just too much shit. I was looking at a video where the white dude at first was speaking the facts, and he got scared. You could tell he got scared toward the end because he tried to kind of moderate it, where he was talking about how it used to be you could raise, this is an older dude too, you could do what you need to do on one income as far as a family, and basically they flipped the switch to where a two incomes is necessary. And he broke it down to how they basically essentially cut out 35 hours of leisure time, not to mention the time that it takes to, when it comes to putting time with kids and raising kids and stuff like that. All of that stuff has to be managed, within a two income thing, but it was never meant to do that. And so he tried to say, well, are we saying that women should go back in the home? Oh, that would be ridiculous. I'm like, it would be ridiculous. Okay, so how is this supposed to? I'm not saying that's the answer, but what I'm saying is if that is absolutely ridiculous, meaning there's no conversation to be had about giving tax incentives for women to do that, giving other incentives, creating other, with the digital economy, it's never been more so than ever for people to do stuff at home. So they're still at home rather than doing a commute 1 hour there, 1 hour back, 2 hours, getting that time. I mean, if that's just absolute preposterous and women just have to, especially with jobs, where it's being finite. Now people understand jobs are not unlimited. There are a finite amount of these quote unquote really good career driven jobs, especially with AI, and you always got new people coming in, and you got people that expect a certain type of income. So it's just preposterous. So you show me how it's supposed to work. And if you say, I don't know, who are you to say any idea is preposterous when you don't even have, if only thing you can do is speak to a problem, and you don't have really, you're too bitch made, I'm gonna say what it is, or scared to actually put down what you think a solution is, you have no right, you have no right to say anything is preposterous, because how would you know? Because you don't know how to really solve it. Like, that is some of the most bitch-made shit, when people can say what a problem is. And when I say bitch-made shit, I mean because women do that shit, where you put down what a problem is, and you can articulate the problem, but if somebody asks you what is a solution or some solutions, because I always say there's no one-size-fits-all solution, so some series of solutions that you can templates that you can kind of put together based on your own situation. If you don't have anything you're willing to like put out there and kind of put your foot down for criticism, shut the fuck up. And I mean specific. I don't mean ambiguous. I don't mean like ambiguous, shit that's ambiguous. You use ambiguous shit. Where it's like like one of the phrase that I hate, and I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I have it, but this is the closest thing I've ever come to actually smacking somebody, a dude, like just off some shit that annoys me, is when niggas say game is game. I swear my hand itches. My back of my hand itches, it tingles. Because I be really wanting to back slap somebody. I'm back slapping motherfucker. Like, I'm just for real. Game is game. And I've heard, and I hear dudes, then when dudes, like, they can't defend something, they'll, like, retreat back to, hey man, game is game. It's something that younger dudes do a lot. Hey, man, hey, yo, I don't know, but game is game. I'm like, no, nigga. Game is game. And that shit was funny when Naruto and Hands was saying it, but god damn it, like when you hear that shit in real life, it's like, nigga, just say I respect you more for say shit, I don't know, man, and just drink your drink. Hey man, I don't know, man, I don't know what to tell you. I would be better. Do not tell me game is game, nigga. When you can't defend some hoe shit, some shit, hey man, I don't know, game is game. I can't stand that shit. That is some of the most, I'm stupid, but I don't want you to believe I'm stupid. And I literally, if the couple of times I've heard that, I'd be like, you a stupid motherfucker. Just say you don't know. Hey man, I don't want, no, fuck that disrespect shit. When you say game is game, you verbally spat in my face. So no, fuck all of that. That's weapons free, nigga. You saying game is game because that's the filler word for I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass. It ain't that serious. It is that serious. Because if it wasn't that serious, you should have just said, hey, I don't know what to tell you. At least you acknowledge it. When you say game is game, that is like the ultimate gaslighting. As if it's something wrong with me of the stupid shit you saying. You can't defend your stupid shit. Well, the thing is, when people say it is what it is, it's at least them acknowledging, yeah, I know what you're saying, but hey, that's just the world we live in. That's the difference. It's a difference. It is a difference. Niggas say game is game. What they're doing is they're acting like they're gaslighting you as, well, the real problem is you don't understand. It's not that what I'm saying is stupid or this is a stupid thing. Like, why is this the way it is? Yeah, that is stupid. I acknowledge that, but it is what it is. That's what it is. Meaning I didn't make the rules and the rule is stupid, but it is what it is. That's what that means. You don't need to say all that, but that's what that means. When you say game is game, you're standing behind the stupidity and then you're doing something worse. What you're doing is you're basically saying that the person, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm like bringing something up and then you say that because I'm bringing it up first. I'm talking about somebody could bring something up and then I say this is dumb for this reason. I mean on some arithmetic shit. And then they be like, hey, game is game though. Nah, fuck that. That's like that's like putting something on God when you've never read the Bible. You don't know. Again, I've read the Bible about 3 or 4 times. I mean, like read it, like almost cover to cover type shit. And And then like that is, I can't stand that, because it's you trying to save face, and then trying to save face, and then act like I'm the issue. No. So that's just an example. That's not what this video is about. I always do these like 5-minute things or 10-minute things to get some of y'all in here. So the video, y'all see the title. The title is, you want to be on the blade, but you want Princess tripping. So I look at a video from the Dumper, channel podcast, and he's doing a video on birthday. Shout out to, I think, Anubis. I forget who put it in the Discord. And he's doing a thing talking about birthdays and stuff. So first, he's talking about, a bitch is basically saying it's a red flag. If a man doesn't want to celebrate his birthday, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. And this is one of these purple pill, these kind of popcorn podcasts that really don't mean shit. It's basically, you're not going to get any information. I'm going to start calling them yapping podcasts. Well, all they really doing when it comes to this, this conversation is they're yapping. That's all they're doing. They're yapping. They're not saying anything. It's basically bitch talk. Basically female puff piece. I won't call it necessarily brain rot. I won't call it that, because that's something worse. But it's basically yapping. You're just yapping. You're yapping. It's all about vibes, feeling good. It's not about anything actionable, anything that really stands any kind of critique. It's yapping. And all purple pill pop, like I don't consider Obie Allen shit yapping. But it's yapping. And for people that don't know, yapping basically means meaningless talk. Meaning you're just trying to not piss nobody off, but you're not really being actionable. So it's just yapping. So if you know exactly what I'm talking about if you click on the video and listen to the first 3 minutes. Cause you're like, oh man, and then and the women weren't even shitting on the dude. The women this is like something that they had, like somebody, I guess, gave them a letter like they do on like radio stations or something, or whatever, email, and then they said, I think that my boyfriend said he doesn't like to celebrate his birthday, and it's a red flag. And so what are your thoughts? Because if he won't celebrate himself, why would he celebrate me? And this is what I mean when women, ask, what do you bring to the table? And the fact that women can't answer that question, the fact that you don't even, like, you all give the typical, this question's been out there for a long time now. It's been out there for years now. And you all get frustrated about this question. Like, how dare you ask me this question? Well, if you ask me what do I bring to the table, I automatically know protection and provision got to come with the car. Like, it's like you don't know. You don't know. That's the real issue. You can't even come up with some bullshit. Oh, I'm amused. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. I got here without you. Before I get into this present shit, bitch, I got here without you. You like me because of who I am right now. I got there without you. So the fuck do I need a muse for? What the, like where the fuck do you all get that shit from? I'm his inspiration. I'm his muse. Shut the fuck. Basically, some nothing. Basically, I'm inspired because you exist. What is the difference between you and any other bitch when it comes to that? I mean, just the stupid shit they will say. Bitch, just say I don't know. I will respect you more because at the very least you'll demonstrate honesty in the face of looking dumb. I can respect that. Because in that, you'll demonstrate you're willing to level. Not honesty with an attitude, but you know what? I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I really don't. And yeah, I may joke around saying, so basically, me fucking you is it. Because I can commodify that shit. So anyway, so I'm sitting here, and that's not even what it was about. I'm just going on a tangent with that. But women want to receive shit. They want to receive all that. That's what I'm saying. The name of the game in this space today is the word of the day, and the word that all you niggas, if you all want to talk to these stupid assholes, if you all get on panels, the thing you should go to over and over and over and over and over again is reciprocation. I in trade. I do this for this. And it doesn't have to be a one-on-one transaction. The point is there is no social contract. And so the fact that you can ask women, no matter what race, what the fuck you're supposed to do for a man, bitch, you say you want. So we're past all of the what the fuck, is he lame or whatever. The nigga you want. The only thing, David Carroll was fucking right, goddamn. But white women, white women, when it come down to it, they know what they gon' do. They just don't want to give you the cards. That's what that is. If it's really somebody they want, they know what they'll do. They just don't want, because they were given, because usually a white woman that just has no fucking clue, she's generally going to be down very bad. Because that shows up in their quality of life. Because white men most white men white men are petty like that. So there's certain expectations that white men have, entitlements that white men have that other races, that black men don't. So they know motherfuckers are expecting some shit. Like SWP did a video on that where he was talking about how white men want this, and that, and the third, to the point where they actually charge themselves out the game because they're on these chicks' heads so hard. So the white women know they can't play that game. So I know they're just gaslighting and being stupid when they say that shit on whatever show, or they're hella young, so they don't have to. They don't have to get sex. But sex is not what we're talking about. We're talking about commitment. And so whenever you talk about a princess treatment, women are not to be getting princess treatment unless there's a commitment there. Now, dudes that are just throwing their money away, if they're just throwing their money away because they got it like that, this is how you get into Diddy situations. This is how you get into dudes like that. They're doing that so you don't want to leave. Because they're creating what I call a Great Gatsby effect, where you don't want to leave the lifestyle. They use the lifestyle as a gravitational pull. This is why when people want to act like Cassie's a victim, Cassie's not a fucking victim. Cassie could have left at any time. She didn't want to leave. The toxicity, women talk about you're addicted to toxicity. That means you want to be there. You don't blame crack for you being addicted to it. That you're still taking it. That's like if a dude knows how to lay pipe, lay it down, and then you say I couldn't leave because I couldn't replace his sexual ability. That's a choice. Anyway, shout out to Xanatos Clutch. Let's see what he's saying. Shout out to Mr. Snazzy. Make sure y'all support the Cash App. Appreciate TL for that generous donation. James Wingate. Adriana, Xanatos Clutch, J Lock. Let me see. Xanatos says, when a YN steals one of these wannabe Pookie girl, game is game. I mean, that's all fair. I mean, that's dick pussy politics. I mean, basically. It's a justification to kind of do fucked up shit. Game is game. Could you imagine if niggas were going to Passport Bros trigger the man, game is game? Them niggas get so mad. What for you cheating the game, nigga? You can't do that. You can't say that. It's like it's a show. It's a TikTok channel I follow that is based around avatars. So all of the avatars are like you're talking to all the avatars. It's actually a really good concept. And then Aang, they have this thing with Aang where Aang says positive yang and negative positive Jing. So whenever it's something, the few times he just can't say nothing, he want to get out of it, he's like positive Jing. Like, oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, it's like a thing. It's that like you said, we're headed to World War III, and broads want to ask a question about tables and to be entertained. I mean, everybody talks that World War III shit. I mean, you do realize World War III is gonna have nukes. So when we say World War III, that's the end, right? People do realize that. If it actually fully upgrades from World War III to World War III, like for real, which I define as when your black ass is being drafted, you do realize that's it. There is no World War III without nuclear weapons. And even if we didn't get hit by a nuke at all, we're still going to deal with fallout. So a lot of people are throwing that World War III shit out there. And I said this on my last thing. I'm like, a lot of people play. You might as well fuck saying World War III. Just say Armageddon. Don't say World War III. Just say the end of the world. Just say that. Because that'll be more accurate. Just say EOW. But I get what you're saying about the hoes. I say let the Iranians, Russians, and Chinese have their way with them. Let them go to God's road. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah. I mean, ultimately, there is no war. This ain't gonna be no we gonna send the niggas. Especially like we gonna send the niggas first. No, we're not doing that. And it'll be obvious that's what they're doing. You know, nah, y'all go, like, y'all, you don't have the white people to do this shit. You really don't. Because this ain't you don't have, because I'm going to tell you right now, even though it's a lot of Arab, like, you don't have the white people to do this shit. You don't have the numbers. And again, this is what happens when why don't you send bitches? You know, we're equal, right? But we know we're not going to do that. This is why you're going to get a lot of women that's going to get real hella quiet if stuff ramp up. They gonna get real hella quiet. You don't hear no women talking about we can do anything a man can do now, do you? You don't hear that because they know you going somewhere where they don't give a fuck about women. They like, you out here. I didn't speak on the B. Simone situation, but at the end of the day, I mean, B. Simone's time is up. I mean, a lot of people are laughing. I mean, I'm not laughing. It is what it is. She talked her shit. Ain't nobody fucking with her no more. So she trying to make this plea. But what B. Simone don't understand is women don't even fuck with B. Simone like that. Women don't. B. Simone is an annoying chick. What's that other light-skinned chick that's annoying too? That was on Insecure? She's a joke. Nobody takes her seriously, so it ain't even nothing to talk about. I'm sure Jada Black is going to do a video on it, and I'll cover that. But all I know is she down bad. Oh, that sucks. Dang, but it is what it is. I mean, she ain't even something, you know, Amanda Seales. Yeah, these light-skinned, please look at me, pay attention to me, because you ain't ugly, but y'all ain't really attractive either. So it's like y'all can't even trade on light skin like that, or you've pushed it as far as you can, but people ain't feeling you like that. Like this kind of that kind of light skin clown shit is some annoying ass shit. It really is. It's not that light skin female class clown shit. It is not attractive. Attractive light skinned chicks don't do that. That's you trying to push it through. And, you know, I will say it's important to note, because the way women say, black women say it, if you light skinned, there's always another nigga. Well, clearly that's not true, but that's, I mean, shit, look at Carrie Hilson. Carrie Hilson's still attractive. But Carrie Hilson, the best nigga she was ever gonna have was Serge Ibaka. She fumbled that. I let him live the way he lived, and you know, he can do. I'm like, nah, he didn't want to submit because he wasn't going to. Like, you got an African with money. They're never gonna submit unless they already old. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, it's that I'm light skinned. I'm supposed to be attractive. No, not really. A lot of y'all be buying into that hype, and that's not how it is. I know y'all believe that. But they always do that because they want to justify their BS. But anyway, going back to the main thing. So Dumper was talking about Prince's treatment, and you know, this chick was talking about a red flag if you don't get yourself gifts. And I'm like, say you don't know men without saying you know men. First of all, I'm not really it's more of an argument if a nigga like, especially if you ain't got the money like that, if a nigga needs, yeah, man, and there was a dude on there, yeah, man, I love you, don't celebrate my birthday. It's like, nigga, say you a bitch without saying you a bitch. Like, we just got past Father's Day, and everybody was talking about how Father's Day don't get celebrated like that. Yet, you niggas are supposed to switch up with your birthday? I would argue Father's Day is more important than your fucking birthday, personally, as far as if you're gonna be celebrated with some shit. But Any nigga, it's a red flag for any nigga that want. This is where women talk out of both sides of their ass. This is where that happens, where any nigga that wants to be celebrated, any nigga that, oh, I want to be celebrated, like that's some P Diddy part of the shit. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. You know, seriously, if you're bold enough with it to the point where you actually saying that there's something wrong with other dudes, they don't. It's not that they have an issue. It's that they it's not a big deal if their birthday's not celebrated. Not only do you not really have any fucking idea of what's going on out here as men, Father's Day isn't celebrated. So what the fuck? Yeah, man, you know. But again, this is based on a letter, you know, email. Oh man, you know, if a man doesn't want to celebrate his birthday, it's not, and we ain't talking about he goes out of his way not to celebrate it, but if he ain't making it no big deal. Well, if he don't love him, I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up, man. Like, I swear to fucking God, these women stay acting like, you know, they know men and they want to turn into psychologists. Shut up. How many of y'all got psychology? Y'all don't even know your own. I mean, it's just the epitome of fucking projection. And then he went into, like, the dumper went into, this is later on in the video, he's going through all like different videos of white women, different women talking about all the things you can do to celebrate a chick. And my thing is, I agree with him. If you're talking about your girlfriend, then, you know, that is one thing. Understood. But a lot of these chicks, what do you really celebrate? Like, the reason why I wanted to do this video, the thing I wanted to add on is, what are you really celebrating? What are you really celebrating? Are you celebrating her loyalty to you? Her commitment to you? And I'm not even just asking that, I'm kind of implying these are the things. Her being a good girlfriend. Seriously. It's an like, dudes feel like it's an obligation to further prove your love. Yeah, because you act like you not going. So your loyalty, like, you gotta prove yourself to this bitch because of a day. Like, it's like, nigga, you know, somebody, and what make it so funny is a lot of these chicks, they talk this shit, but guess what? You're fucking, this is where, like, shit Andrew Tate says is absolutely valid here. Why would I celebrate a bitch that's hopped on X amount of dicks? Like, seriously though, you got chicks that you may be celebrating her ass and she's cheating on you while you're while you're setting that shit up. It's crazy. And women getting in this mode. Here's my general rule. If you didn't hold, if you didn't hold the nigga that you wanted, if you didn't hold him accountable to this shit, you ain't gonna hold me accountable to it. And a lot of dudes, like, so when you get all this stuff, this is like fluff shit where, you know, like, you should see some of this shit, all this elaborate bullshit, you know, these women are getting at the girlfriend stage, not even the wife stage. I'm not saying there's nothing to setting stuff up, but you will do, we live in a world today, a social climate today, where you will do all that bullshit. You will do all that bullshit, and then, like, this bitch will take you for a ride in a divorce. This bitch will leave you and be already setting up the nigga that she's gonna deal with after you. Like, we live in that climate, and people want to be like, I'm raining on people's parades, but you gotta really ask yourself, it takes a special type of chick to warrant that type of shit. And what a lot of women try to do is they try to guilt you into this shit. They try to tie your manhood to this shit, knowing that they will fuck niggas that are not doing anything like this for them, just off the strength of sexual attraction. And that's fine, but you don't get to subsidize that shit with somebody else. This is the epitome of, I want to be outside, but I want to be with somebody. I want to have a nigga to come to while I'm fucking all these other dudes. That's cuckoldry. That's what that is. That is straight up cuckoldry. I get it. You want a Travis Hunter ass nigga. Well, I'm not that nigga. The nigga that's gonna have the cheesiest fucking smile while he getting played like an idiot. Light-skinned broads better get right real quick. Light-skinned and biracial dudes can shift to non-black. PLC women either, especially outside of, yeah, they can. And that's like one of the, that's absolutely right, Clutch, and that's one of the secrets. Because quiet is kept, they may roll their eye, like especially with Hispanics. They may roll their eyes, but if you light-skinned, they won't sweat it too much. Because to them, it's like a lateral move. And if you're bringing money and resources, you bringing some shit to the table, it's a lateral move. They'll be like, all right, we'll just the culture, fine. It's not as much resistance on that. So, yeah, it's not as much. Or you already see the Mahomes types. All of that is already out there. So they're like, well, it's more likely the kids are gonna come out. The kids are gonna come out looking more like them anyway, so they don't sweat it as much, especially today. Not as much. So I agree with that, Clutch. Did you guys see the story about Kenyan women having kids with British white soldiers? They not clean. Yeah, that's been going on. That's not new. That's been a thing. That's been a thing. That's not even new. That's been a thing. They're just now starting to talk shit about it. And it's gonna be a lot of grievances that people are gonna come up with, because again, people are starting to smell blood in the water. I mean, Britain, UK ain't shit no more, really. France ain't really shit. I mean, US is really, Germany and the US are really the last real white powers, and you got Poland to be trying to do something. Other than that, but Germany, really, US, that's it. Yeah, that's been a long time. They've been doing that. They just ain't been saying nothing. Now they starting to say something. And so a lot of these African countries are going to be like, yeah, it's going to be a new negotiation. And even then, you're not going to be able to box China out of Africa. You're just not. You're not. So good luck with that. And there's a reason why white people don't typically go into Africa like that, because white people can't really deal with the diseases like that or the heat and stuff. Yeah. And the only reason they getting pregnant is because that's how much they fuck a condom. That's how they think. And these women, y'all are just, I mean, at the end of the day, you can say what you want. Y'all are not stupid. Y'all are letting like an outsider just blasting you, and then you get mad because now you got this light-skinned kid and that kid sticks out and you look stupid because everybody know what happened. Because now that's the proof of what you was doing. And so now you upset that the men ain't gonna be helping you like that. Because I'm sure in Kenya, if you get with a chick, if you get with a black chick, a woman that's been with a white dude like that, you look goofy as hell. I'm sure those rules still apply. So they out here. And then you a burden to your parents. So yeah, they mad. But that's on y'all. I don't know why you mad. Oh, well, I thought the white man. Well, y'all 2025 and y'all falling for the same trick, huh? Them Disney movies are a bitch, I guess. Germany is better off than most of Europe, but isn't what it used to be. Yeah, the Turks are eating their lunch so much. Germany is reverting back to far right party. Yeah, I talked to a Turk. I talked to some. We had a thing, and we had a soccer. Turkey was playing Mexico, and I picked up quite a few people that students and stuff. Dealt with a few students that was Turkish from Germany, and then you got that chick on YouTube. So yeah, And then not to mention, a lot of them, you know, are open. Some of them chicks are open to dealing with black dudes. Not just students. You know, I talked to a chick over there. I was over there. I was out there. It was in UNC. It was a black dude with a Turkish chick. They were in Charlotte. They came over here because she wanted to see Turkey versus Mexico. She was surprised that I could tell, because I ain't gonna lie, she could have went either or, Mexican or Turkish. But I could tell with her accent gave it away. Like, it wasn't obvious, but it was just obvious enough. It was just enough. So yeah, so all this princess treatment and all this bullshit, this Shira 7 bullshit, I mean, that y'all be falling into, everybody knows the niggas y'all really want, y'all not making do all this. So everybody knows that. I don't know why y'all, like, I don't know who y'all lying to. And we know white dudes ain't doing this for black women, so I'm like, I need to know who's breaking y'all off like this. Oh, we're gonna build rooms, we're gonna do all of this, you know, also I can have my day. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here with that shit. If you one of these niggas that you gotta do this shit, then nigga, there's something that's an obvious tell that she ain't fucking with you like that. Well, the problem is they know why. Like, the reality is they've been bringing in other immigrants because their replacement rate is fucked up. They know why they doing what they doing. I mean, all of this, you could trace this back to giving women too many rights. You've given women too much cultural latitude. And so women don't believe in investing in the society. They believe in taking. And now y'all are getting fucked up with that. And y'all don't know what to do. That's really what it is. It really comes back to that. And you're going to fix it or you won't. And you're going to get what you're going to get. I mean, it is what it is. They trying to look for some, like, option C bullshit. I'm like, there is no option C. There is none. You know, you trying to go to war with everybody. You know, you only got a couple of routes to do that. Because, I mean, Iran is Iran. Like, you ain't about to go directly to war with Russia and shit. So, I don't know what you think that this is going to be. Because, again, the problem is China still got control of those rare earths. And here's another thing about going at Iran. What's to stop China from going after Taiwan and splitting your forces? Like, all they can do is split you up. And all they got to do is weather us out. They'll wait us out. Eventually, you will run out of money and run out of shit. And people, and it's obvious people ain't like down like they used to be on this shit. The elites have taken too much money out of the system. And so all that shame, watch, you're going to start hearing them talk about patriotism and all that. Well, here's the problem. The problem is, you know, Trump is in there. Trump is not a guy that can kind of run that play. Republicans cannot run that kind of play with him in here. Because there's so many people that can't stand, you got a lot of white people, they want some fuck America if Trump is going to be president. That's basically where they are. So you're not going to be able to run that patriotism play like y'all did with 9/11. You're not. That same play is not going to work because everybody realized, even a lot of soldiers realized how y'all ran that shit. It's not going to work that way. If you got to take her on a date, she doesn't fuck with you, certified gym. Yeah, I said that a long time ago. I said dating is the new simping. If you're taking chicks out on dinner dates or taking them out all the time, basically what she's doing, she's taxing you for her presence. That's not a deposit that you're putting down in order to have sex with her. That's a be in her presence tax. That's what that is. Because if she really fuck with you, she's not asking that of you. Not like that. No. And that should be obvious at this point. Like, nigga, I mean, we're in 2025. I don't know why you niggas are trying to, like, that. Taking bitches out on dates like that is kind of dated. unless it's a chick you already going, like, this is your girlfriend for real. That's different. But if you can tell the energy and the energy and the quote unquote vibe from somebody that is okay, y'all have been together and y'all are together, versus somebody where, oh, it's first, second date. You can tell. Exactly, it does come from stakes. You got to have a stake in what's going on, and the problem is you got too many. It looks too much like elites are ups. It looks too much like elites are greedy. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's what it looks like. Elites are greedy, and they just want more. They're trying to maintain their power, and everybody else is just along from the ride. That's too obvious now. Fuck a TikTok. That's too obvious now. I mean, let's keep it real. You can't even stand, like, let's just be real. Trump, like, TikTok is still here. So what that tells you is they don't believe that there's political will to get rid of TikTok like that. I mean, honestly, they backed down. Think of all this shit going on with China. You would think they would have just turned TikTok off and said, fuck it, just be mad. You're just going to be mad. Yeah, we got rid of TikTok. Y'all are going to get over it. Fuck the bullshit. No. What they did was they made an assessment that these kids are going to go crazy if you get rid of TikTok. And that's going to be something that enough of, not all of America, obviously all America ain't on TikTok, but enough of them are going to see that, and they're going to be like, you took my TikTok away. Fuck you. And and when you have people that are hyper focused on one thing, and they can't let that thing go, and it's enough people, even if it's a small minority, it can actually be very annoying. It's like a really bad paper cut. I mean, we can beat, the issue is not beating Iran. We can beat Iran. That's not the issue. We can beat Iran. Anybody saying we can't beat Iran, no, that's not what the issue. We can beat Iran. Iran is about as strong as Iraq. And it wasn't even a thing. That's not the issue. The issue is holding the country. That's the issue. Holding the country is the issue. Because Iran has a lot of oil. That's why Saddam won. But like first time, it's because Iran has a lot of oil. They have a lot of non-refined oil, a lot of it. But you got to realize that that's also why they're an asset to China as well, because they have a lot of non-refined. They have some really good oil that does not have to be refined almost at all. But that also is what makes them an asset to China. And honestly, from a moral standpoint, the Iranians have a better case than they ever have had. And a lot of people in Israel has not had as much bad will globally than they've had now. So he said a lot of white guys are saying you took my white poon tang away. Fuck you regarding the, yeah. I mean, you can only get so much like basically like black men didn't corrupt like white women. That's something. White women on that black.com bullshit, that's them more so aggravating. That's a symptom. That's not a cause. Like at some point, white men are gonna have to stop blaming other races of men, because you can blame other races of men and you can do something about it. That's not gonna solve a problem. So all you're doing is wasting time, being a coward. That's why I laugh when they get racist or they get like real prejudice. It's like, yo, that's just telling me you don't know what the problem is. That's all that is. That's telling me you're not focused on the problem. You're not focused on the problem. That's all that's telling me. It's like when somebody is playing, like running the wrong plays, and it's like a complete opposite. That's all that's telling me. He said, breaking news, Israel and Iran have agreed to a ceasefire, but a ceasefire is just temporary. It's better than nothing. Ayatollah Khamenei ain't no idiot. He know what happened with Saddam. He know that even if America slide through for real, he gonna be the primary dude that needs to get got. Because the Iranian presidents are not the real problem. The real problem, because the Iranian presidents, there's issues going on with Iran. And Iran is not as Shiite conservatives as you would have it believe. So there's pressure that you can put on the presidents. But Khamenei, Ayatollah is not he's somebody that has a fixed position. He's like one Supreme Court justice you can't get rid of. He's the chairman. So he's the real issue. If I'm talking about from an America standpoint, he's the real problem. The presidents are not really the problem. The presidents of Iran are not really a problem because they're still subject to the people. I gotta share that real life lore video because it'll get you educated on the history of Iran. But yeah, man. And so these people ain't no money. Oh yeah, man, I want to be a princess. I'm like, they get into these. It's like these gears that they get into, where it's like for this nigga, they want to sell you this bullshit ass package. For these others, it's like ain't nobody playing that game no more. You can call somebody lame or whatever. I keep telling y'all over and over and over and over and over again. You got PlayStation 5, you got Xbox, you got even white people. Even you see it on Laura Ingraham. I don't know if y'all seen that video I was talking about in regarding to Tommy Lauren. Like that's what they're doing. They're trying to shame men. So it's a lot of white dudes that are on this shit. And that AI, y'all have no idea how strong AI video is coming, man. It's coming. I've got my foot. I'm not saying obviously that's not the most. I got my finger on the pulse because I'm actually prompting stuff and creating stuff. And I can tell you right now, that shit. It's like almost like an arms race. It's moving. It's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It's getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And you even got motherfuckers putting Patreons together on some shit. I'm telling you, man. These chicks, they're gonna be mad. You're gonna start seeing, like, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna start they're gonna be mad. Because and people be like, man, that's lame. No, it's not. Because if men can control the sexual flow of other men, like we can control where that energy and that finances come, that's kind of a sideways way of shutting some of this shit down that they do. The more options we can provide dudes, Passport Bro, SYSBM, other stuff, whether it's promoted or it's on the low, the more we can take away the leverage points women have. It all comes back to the same thing. That's why a lot of niggas, man, I ain't on that. A lot of you niggas be chasing hoes, giving away the store, rather than actually trying to. Swibber said, nah, Ed, Iran at least 10 times stronger than Iraq. Iran maybe now, but Iran fought Iraq. That's not true. They're not 10 times stronger than Iraq. That's not accurate. That is not accurate at all. Y'all forget Iran and Iraq fought a war where they tried to take each other out for real to a stand. As it was then. It was then, and by no means, but they are not 10 times stronger. That is not accurate. That is not accurate at all. The issue is they would be more difficult to occupy than, and then you got to understand too, is a lot of people didn't like Saddam. The Iranian government or regime, they got a little bit more goodwill. A lot of Iraq was Shia, and you had a Sunni minority, and Saddam was a part of that Sunni minority, and so he had to do a lot of brute force stuff because of that. Even though these are Shia, like whatever, I forget, Arabs or whatever, you know, most of your Persians that are Sunni and or Shia in Iran, that's the vast majority. So it's not the same dynamic. So that's what would make it hard. But as far as straight power, nah. If we actually went real war, total war with Iran, it would not last that long. If we just went fully automatic on them. Because we would, I mean, you see how easily they were able to protect those nuclear facilities if we actually wanted to really go for them. This isn't Israel. If they were that strong, then they would just overrun Israel. They're not that strong to deal with us, but it's also not in our best interest to have a full-on war with them either. Because then there's a lot of other annoying things they can do, like terrorist stuff. Notice how you ain't seen no terrorist attacks yet. Because you know you do that, then you don't know what these motherfuckers are going to do as far as what America will do. Especially with somebody like Trump. They would love a terrorist attack. In fact, you know, you better watch out for a false flag operation, to be honest with you. So no, Iran is not 10 times stronger than Iraq. Maybe 5 times now, because Iraq is a lot weaker than Iraq used to be. But like they fought them to a standstill for a reason. The president. It's not when you flee to other countries. It's because usually it's something you've done for that country. Did they allow you to do that? It's like, okay, here's a thank you. I'm like, what? These presidents are watched too heavily to do stuff like that. He said the U.S. is gaslighting both countries to benefit from both of them. One way they realize what's going on. I mean, what are you talking about, gaslighting? I mean, we're talking... The U.S. is gas. What are you talking about? First of all, Israel is the main aggressor in all of this. It's not really the United States. Iran, but it's Israel that's like the rabid animal. So when you say gaslighting, what both countries? What are you talking about? You're saying the U.S. is not gaslighting Israel. That's stupid. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, because if they do, it doesn't matter about sleeper cells. They do any kind of attack. When like terrorism doesn't work the way, because Iran is an actual country. It's not like, you know, Al Qaeda, where it's everywhere. You know where they are. That's why Trump was saying all of that. Like, it ain't like they can just hide. No, you know where they are, and we're not capturing you. Like, no, it's not like Osama bin Laden. You know where all these people are if you need to find them. So terrorism doesn't have the same kind of pull, because whatever you do is going to be amplified 10 times more, because now if you start pulling off terrorist attacks, then all you're really doing is getting a lot of people that otherwise on some fuck. Now it's not about Trump, it's about white people now. So that's not going to work. It's not. Yeah, I agree with that, Xanatos. All you gonna do is get the country more united. So that doesn't give you what you need, what you really need. That's not like you can blow a whole bunch of stuff up in here. That's not gonna really stop. That's not gonna stop shit. That, if anything, that gives the political, because it's not gonna be seen as a retaliation. That just gives the political will to do something, to do more shit. They want that. Like, people like Dick Cheney and all them, they would love for Iran to pull that shit. They're like, please blow some of these motherfuckers up. Please. Please. It doesn't matter if it's seen as they're defending themselves. It won't be seen that way here. The propaganda won't let it be seen that way here. It won't be seen that way here. It won't. Some people will be like, oh man, Trump did this, sure. But the majority of the country, eventually people are going to be like, I'm a little lost. Y'all need to get over it. Appreciate Solo for the $10. Appreciate James for the $2. Much appreciated. Ain't nobody playing. Oh, shout out to Oklahoma City for winning the championship. I swear that's the quietest championship I've ever seen. But shout out to OK City for getting their first championship. Pacers, Pacers put in, they put in a strong outing, but that third quarter, that was it. They basically broke. The damn broke. Ain't nobody even talking about it. Shout out to that dude, SGA. He basically had a dream year. I know they don't overrun Israel because of the U.S., but they still need help because even with them rockets, they get fed rockets from So I mean, you saying so that's why I'm saying my point is anybody throwing around that the Iran can beat Israel doesn't know what they're talking about. So because if that wasn't true, then they wouldn't be worried about the U.S. if they could, when it comes to Israel. Remember, they don't have a nuclear weapon yet. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's really more of how much can they inconvenience us. But you got motherfuckers really out here thinking in a one-to-one war that the United States would not mop up Iran like Iraq. It may take it would. It's holding the country that's the issue. To try to extract that oil and stuff, that's a fucking problem. That's the issue, not actually beating them and wiping out their military, their Iranian Guard and all that shit. Revolutionary Guard. That's not the problem. The problem is holding it. So some people, and then I got Kaz B saying, how do I know that? Well, first of all, I've got, shout out to Charles Faulkner. That is a military guy, soldier, door knocker, actually kinetic combat. And also, but even before that, the fact that you're asking me, how do I know, means you don't know shit. That's that fill in the blank ambiguity. And I don't mean to be an asshole, but I know because I'm actually educated on these things. I have an idea of what different country capabilities are and shit like that. And what that really tells you is you really don't know what the fuck. The only country that can really contend with the United States one-to-one is China. If we're talking about China, that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation. But we're talking about Iran. Are you fucking serious? Like when you talk like the fact that the reason why we were able to get that their nuclear energy is one of their most prized assets outside of their oil. That mountain, we went in there and didn't worry about shit. You know why? Because we have air superiority would be automatic. We don't even have to fight for that. Like in World War II, you had to fight the Luftwaffe to get air superiority. Then we got it. We would automatically have it. What are you talking about? Like, do y'all actually know what a war? Do y'all actually know like what a war in 2025 would actually look like with one nuclear armed country versus a non-nuclear armed country? It's not really like if it went to like, okay, we're going to war like we're going to war in Iraq. We're going in. Fuck what anybody else says. It's not going to be boots on the ground. It's going to be we bomb everything. We bomb everything. We kill everybody. It ain't going to be what Russia did with Ukraine. We would get these motherfuckers. Ayatollah Khomeini is gone. Is gone. He's automatically gone. That's because that no matter what, he's automatically gone. You know, then it's gonna be every single one of them fucking generals. They already took one. Israel took one out. Like, do y'all not know the tiers of like the strongest militaries in the world now? The U.S. is still number one. China is gaining, but China's navy is not what ours is. China just has more boats. Most of them boats are bullshit. China has more bodies. Most of these wars are not fought on the ground unless they absolutely have to. And that's where the holding part comes in. That has to be done on the ground. But if we're just going to war and fucking some shit up, you just need the Air Force for that. So when niggas give me that, how do you know though? Well, how do you know what I'm saying ain't true? Like that, you don't do that's not know how do I know? What is your counter argument? Not know how do I know? Show me, where's your proof? 1 + 1 is 2. Where's your proof? Oh, okay, you don't know. Okay. I mean, I'm fucking explaining it to you. I'm not just talking out my ass, and I'm not no military expert, but I know basic shit. And quiet as it's kept, a lot of the other Arab states don't like Iran like that. Remember, Iran is Persian. Iranians are not Arab. They're Persian. And quiet as it's kept, they're Shia Muslims versus a lot of these other Arabs are Sunni Muslims like the UAE and shit like that. But see, y'all don't know that. Y'all see Muslims and think that's all the same shit. It's not all the same shit. Yeah. SGA, that's a Canadian win. I mean, one thing that people are starting to share too is how every president you have had has said that they will attack Iran before they get a nuclear weapon. And people forget that Iran has been working on their nuclear stuff through COVID, through all of that. Obama said it, Hillary said it, every president since Bush has said they will attack Iran without having a nuclear weapon. They said that shit. So this is not just a Trump thing. And I gotta share that TikTok, or not TikTok, but YouTube short, because everybody's acting like, no, man. Like, I know y'all don't pay attention to this shit, but every president has said that they're not gonna let them get a nuke. And so Trump is just doing what the whole brass of all them presidents have been saying. What, you know, it's crazy what Trump is saying. Oh, I'll give him a week, but maybe I may change my mind. Trump is doing that. I'm a crazy white person, so you better do what the fuck I want, because you never know. Basically, he's doing that Joker shit. You never know what I'm gonna do, so you're on the clock, but you're not on the clock that you think you're on. Oop, boop, boop, boop. That's what he's doing. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying that's what he's doing. And if Clutch is right, because I haven't looked at it, but Clutch has no reason to lie. You know, with the ceasefire thing, that should tell you they're not really about that action. Ayatollah Khomeini knows that this is a negotiator. This is talking to him. You will be got. They, you know, like, don't think, like, he's been there for a long time. And it's like, you've been allowed to be there for a long time. Like, ain't nobody playing with you. Because you're the only real problem. I'm saying this from their perspective, white perspective. This is really a message to him and only him. ain't nobody, light-skinned niggas don't need to be elevated. I mean, you know, that's a game that people be playing with themselves. Like, you know, a lot of women, oh, I don't like light-skinned niggas. I'm like, okay, cool. And so just remember that energy. You know, they say that, but Chris Brown. You know, they say that, but Drake, right? Like, they be telling a lot of y'all motherfuckers that, so y'all feel telling y'all that. Y'all would hate it if these black chicks started doing what these white chicks do with white men, and they start throwing light-skinned niggas in your face. Then niggas would be mad for real. Because that's what they used to do in the 80s. They would just throw that shit in your face. But see, they can't do that now, because now what happens is, now they can't make the dark-skinned girl argument no more. Because it's like, how you trying to make that argument, but you sitting there throwing that shit, trying to call yourself throwing that shit in somebody else's face. Yeah, but it wouldn't be like Russia or Ukraine, because the thing is, we're not trying to, like, that's not, Russia is trying to annex land. So they have a different mission than what we would have. Russia is trying to annex land and keep Ukraine from going into NATO. That's not the same thing. So what they do requires troops. What our stuff does really just requires the Air Force. That's why light-skinned dudes don't be out here, oh man, because it don't matter, man. It really don't. I mean, this would be the best opportunity to do so. This would be the best opportunity to do so. So, I mean, again, I get it. A lot of, you know, I was talking this about some people offline. I was like, a lot of niggas, they just want to see. This is the same shit we do with other black people, where we use white people as a way of dealing with somebody we can't deal with. A lot of motherfuckers want to see white boys just go out, and they don't think about, like, they just want to see motherfuckers. This that black woman cut your face to spike the mirror shit. And somebody was really saying the Chinese are not who you really want to fuck with. Like, in a way, like, Chinese are not people you want to really make a deal with. Because China is authoritarian for real. And that's what BGS be trying to tell motherfuckers. Y'all don't really understand that because y'all haven't really experienced it. Because Asians to y'all are like a minority. Y'all have never been surrounded by, I've been surrounded by these motherfuckers in their countries. Y'all see Asians as like somewhere out there, but not really like right up in your face. Yeah, Halliburton does help, but they will eat. I mean, I mean, again, you know, this idea that, like, that I used to laugh with SWP used to say the stupidest shit, like, oh yeah, you know, you're you know, you're light skinned, and you know, the black community is light skinned black women, dark skinned black women, and dark skinned black men. Okay, just remember that when you need something. As Jason Black used to pull that stupid shit. And I'm like, yo, that's an insecurity right there. Because you don't see black men doing that shit. Like light-skinned dudes doing that shit. You don't see no light-skinned incels like that. Niggas out here, you know, begging these hoes. Nah, they just date out. And that's a game that, you know, the women play with y'all. And y'all be believing that shit too. Y'all, because this is a way, because dudes don't like, a lot of black men don't like the idea that women are color struck. Because to them it gives them an artificial disadvantage. Women are color struck as hell. They're way more color struck than the dudes are. Shout out to Kareem, basically had this nuclear enrichment for 4 years now. Trump was the one that broke the deal, and that's just facts. I mean, the deal was, we can say Trump broke the deal, but overall, the question is, you either believe Iran is gonna try to get a go for a nuke or you don't. If they were smart, they would try to go for a nuke. The smart money is they're going to try to go for a nuke. So whether it was a deal or not, the idea was they were enriching the shit anyway. And the truth is, it wasn't like Biden did anything to try to put that deal back together. So we can, like, again, we can blame Trump for everything because, you know, Trump, that's what he's for. That's what Trump is for. Trump is to blame everything on Trump so nobody else has to deal with the political fallout of anything that he does, as if everything was perfect until Trump got there. That's what he serves, and Trump doesn't care. Trump doesn't give a fuck. And that's the value. Everybody gets to blame Trump and say Trump causes everything while they sneak a hole while everybody is getting the shit done that kind of needed to be done anyway. It is what it is. I've acknowledged this is not what I voted for, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. Iran didn't, oh man, we're not going to try to enrich uranium because we got a deal. Now we're going to because he broke the deal. Nah, I get what you're saying, but this stuff is beyond some nuclear. A lot of that shit is what that is on paper anyway. Because technically Israel don't acknowledge the nukes that they got. Israel wasn't supposed to have nukes either. Well, a lot of y'all don't 100% know what's going on. Y'all are making this. I'm not saying I do 100%, but y'all are making assessments based on opinions. Some of y'all. So y'all are making judgment calls on things y'all don't really know. No, I get you. I'm not. Yeah, that's why I didn't really go against what you were saying. I acknowledge the fact that you what you said. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not even talking about you personally. I mean, that's what the conventional wisdom is. You know, we're going into World War III. Donald Trump. You know, hey, Jared Kamala in there. She wouldn't have did that. Get the fuck out of here, man. Well, there's a reason. It's not about getting mad at Iran for developing nukes. You don't want them to develop nukes because, again, Iran is not liked. So you don't want everybody thinking they got to have a nuke. I'm not saying it's right, but at the end of the day, it's no. They like, you can't have one. I mean, ain't no African country got nukes. South Africa had to give theirs up once the white people stopped being in political charge. They were voluntold to do it. Yeah. So, I mean, motherfuckers, you know, his dad's gonna say, even when I lived in Darky. I mean, at the end of the day, man, motherfuckers playing these little sexual politics with shit, that reeks of insecurity to me. Because if you really out here getting it like that, motherfuckers are not gonna be, quote unquote, that insecure about shit. It really does. But that's how white people are landing. Yeah, I'm not saying this is like everybody is on this, but a lot of people like to act like this is not out here. That's what I mean, Common Collected. I always say a lot of people on shit to varying degrees, but people will try to act like shit just don't exist. When I'm like, no, this drives a lot of people, a lot more than what people like to act like it do. It's just people ain't putting that on the forefront, on the headline news. Comic Collector says, I'm dark skinned and Ed is speaking facts. Women are most definitely color struck. Only Thai women, light skinned women tell me they like chocolate. Maybe dark black women don't want to be seen with me in the daytime. Well, a lot of it is they hate. It is like, this is why women are always talking about self-hate, because women, the way men deal with self-hate and women deal with hate is very different. Men will deal with self-hate from a guilt standpoint. This is where that simpering and pandering, a lot of that comes from, or there's a financial incentive to do it. But men don't have this innate I just hate myself stuff, because we have certain utilities and things we can lean on, like sports. Women don't have that. Like, women's like outlet would be like pageants and shit. And women are not willing to self-fund that, because the thing is, if you gotta fund it yourself, then by definition, that's nobody else is validating you. Versus men can be validated in the art of combat through sport. And that's where, and that's not a like complete solution, but that's where the difference is. And women try to do the same thing and it doesn't work. I mean, look at what they doing with Angel Reese when the BET Awards gave it to Angel Reese and not Clarissa Shields. Like, it's that validation. I mean, Angel Reese got it not because Angel Reese is not accomplished like that. She got it because she's pretty. Like she's the more, like, it's obvious why. Now, you notice black women aren't talking about colorism in that. You notice how they don't be like, well, she got it because they like light skinned and because she's a boxer. You notice how they not saying that. They ain't got nothing to say when it's one woman to another, when the other woman isn't like obviously racially ambiguous and shit. They're not mad. They're not mad at all. I've only really seen Pink book cover it. So it becomes this like ism that they like to use, like racism. So they, even though the women, they're projecting that. That's how they feel, which is why they always talk about it. Men generally only talk about colorism in regard to them trying to say that that's a racist tactic, that, oh, the patriarchy, the black male patriarchy. So basically, men's dating preferences is essentially white supremacy to you. So that's equivalent to white supremacy, is what a nigga you want don't want you. Wow, okay. But that's how they think. Because what else are they gonna say? Because what else are they gonna fucking say? So they try colorism as racism, which that's basically you not a white woman. That ain't our problem. Exactly. All right, I got some stuff I gotta work on, so I gotta go. I appreciate everybody. I may hit you up tomorrow. With that being said, it's Edward signing.